Peace. Yo, peace to my divine infinite consciousness and peace to my divine infinite self in all realms and realities. Yo, this message and download is about, relationships, divine relationships. Now, while you're on this plane of earth, you're going to always be unequally yoked until you get your divine mate. You're never going to be evenly matched. You have a divine mate that you were set with for forever. Someone that you love for forever. And until then, you're going to always be learning on how to treat your mate. You forgot. So when you do come across your divine mate, you're going to really treat them the right and exact way. Because Now, what I mean by unequally yoked, I mean you may be a little bit too much advanced for the being that's around you or that you with. Or they can be a little bit too much egotistical or advanced for you. So either way it goes, or unadvanced or whatever the case may be, you're not going to be equally yoked. You're going to just learn something from each other. But you're going to try. Oh, you're going to try to make it happen and make it work. Some of them don't even try. Sometimes you may not even try, and they may do all the trying. But it's unequally yoked. It'll never work. So this is the reason why one must raise their vibration. I'm talking about raise it. You can't find your divine mate in your lowest state. You know what I mean? You only can find them when you're raising your vibration and going through the trials and tribulations of the certain hells that it take for one to come out right. So this is what true love is. It's actually going through hell. A parent goes through hell for their child. They go through hell, especially dealing with opposition in the world, trying to get food, clothing, and shelter. And then it's even more if you're talking about a black male, the woolly-haired male, and everybody knows this. It's just, we don't have to just like like the black male doesn't get the same opportunities as every other nationality in the world does. I know you're like, why is this? Niggas was slaves. You got to remember that. And they trying to do everything they can to keep niggas as slaves, mentally, physically, and spiritually. But back to the divine mate. Now, raising that vibration, it requires you to get in the proper rest, the proper food, the proper exercise. These are all prerequisites to become the proper and perfect human being or spiritual morale integrity being. Because when you do transition or elevate and ascend, you'll ascend in the higher part of the heavens where it's designed for you. Everything is mathematically calculated and laid out, So, and as you can see, the examples is in nature with certain animals and certain instincts, you know what I mean? As far as like dealing with animals who mainly are like, reptilian type, and people look at reptiles as bad. There are some vegetarian reptiles. I mean, they're their own species, you know what I mean? So that's what they are. I can't just say that they're bad. You know what I'm saying? All reptiles don't eat meat, so we forget about that. They just got a quicker fight or flight response. You just can't predict them. And that's what the human has turned into now, dealing with the narcissistic or the cluster B personality disorder. They don't have no gray area. It's a fight or flight response. So when you're dealing with your mate or a mate that you're dealing with that's unequally yoked, if y'all haven't conquered your own issues by yourself with the fight or flight response, then you're never going to raise up in vibration to meet your mate, your divine mate. Your divine mate is waiting for you. Everything gets triggered at times. When you get tired of the bullshit, guess what? Your divine mate on the other end is getting tired of the bullshit, And these things are drawing y'all together more and more. But as for a male, you have to really draw yours together because you have to like fast from sex, fast from low vibrational thoughts. I'm talking about straight dopamine thoughts and shit. You know what I mean? You can get money for stability and stuff like that. But it's like with everything, anything can become an addiction. Food can. Everything has to be consumed moderately at its right appointed time, just how the Most High showed in creation. So like I was saying, you got different animals that mate for life, like certain birds. The eagle. I happened to see two eagles walking on the street, man. That shit was something else. Two of them together, see them flying together. And I be seeing birds together, like two of them. You could tell when it's the one that's not welcome is around. You know what I mean? It's always a fight or something going on. But yeah, they deal equal. You can look at them. Some people say that they're reptiles, or you come from, the Jurassic era where they just got feathers now, shit like that. They're just flying reptiles and shit, whichever, But however, though, when you're dealing with certain animals that are like, like snakes, like or dealing with orgies and shit like that, you have all this inside of you, you know what I'm saying, in your brains. You have the mammalian, you have the reptilian, you have the human, and you have the God brain. A lot of these beings are not even on the human point yet. So, and you're striving to stay at the God level, which is the level where you control or have input, and you can send conscious information to all the cells of your body, just like the Most High does. And he can hear all the information from damaged cells in their body, and he knows what to do, just on an overall conscious level, just like we do. Like, shit, if you're sick in a certain area, so you gotta heal it. So it's like you probably drank some juice, some tea, fasted or whatever, and that calmed that out, and it wasn't the symptom. You just went straight to the source. So it's the same difference, that the Most High is doing. The Most High goes through different things because if you could see, or as you can see, there's a higher and lower self. The Most High lower self is like lower than what you can even fucking imagine. So it's the same thing with your own self. And if you experience certain lower parts of your being, then you will understand. And this is what we're doing in this day and age, is experiencing our lower self so that we can raise up in vibration and ascend and get back to unity like we're supposed to do. So yeah. Anyhow, though. So raising up in vibration, eating the fruits, berries, and melons, sipping wine and drinking, that's fun, you know what I mean? Because you can also channel your higher self depending on who you are in your personality wise. You can channel your lower self too. You got grumpy drunks, you got happy drunks. People who are maybe grumpy in real life will be happy when they drinking, or people be happy in real life will be grumpy when they drinking. You know what I'm saying? But they really don't be happy. They be probably putting on the mask, and they take and drink as a time to, to be able to release all that. Like, yeah, I'm real. You know what I'm saying? Get bold, that liquid courage. Some of them just like to be truthful and peaceful. So you got different kinds, you know what I mean? But this is how all kind of entities and shit can enter into you, especially depending on what you're eating. If it's parasitic foods that have parasitic worms like swine, you can get mad all you want to, but swine has a worm called the trichina worm. All these animals have parasites. But what these parasites do, it eats through your damn body and your stomach line, and it gets into your nerve system, and it crawls up to your brain, and it allows for these entities to control your thoughts. Then you hear shit. Before you know it, the empath, if you are empathic, depending on who you are, you become schizophrenic. So the remedy to that, depending on how far along you are, is to eat fruits, melons, and berries. Clean yourself and detox yourself. Fast from a lot of things, especially sex. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to say peace. I'm about to move around because people is coming around my way. My vibration is, of course, is up. You know what I mean? Men, stay celibate for right now. Of course, it's like, damn, if you look at it, the only weapon that these people had against us, if you turn the TVs off, is just straight murder. You know what I mean? That's the only thing they have. Because when you turn the TVs on, they got you with your mental, and your emotions. So they got you in your mental and your emotions at that time. So that's just what, so when you cut the TV off, you won't have that problem. You know what I mean? Now you just know they have to just jump straight to kill it because that's all they got, really. But if they got you in the mind, then they can get your ass, you know what I'm saying, when you transition. You know what I mean? So that's how it is, yo. Okay. So with that being said, I just, this is a little quick protocol. You won't get your divine mate, or you won't be equally yoked until you get your divine mate. And the only way you can do that is if you put in the work. I'll be with y'all later. Spiritual work. Like and subscribe.